All right. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go over basically uh what I'm looking at for the week and what I'm probably looking at long term. So share my screen over here. All right, let me know when y'all can see the screen.
See it.
I can see it.
All right, perfect. All right, so this is my Bitcoin trade right here. You can see I got three positions. Now, I'm seeing, if I scale all the way out, uh, in terms of Bitcoin, we all know the highest of high for Bitcoin was this this point way over here, January. It went to about 106,000. And since they hit that high, everybody's been cashing out and it's been dropping down. So it ultimately dropped down to like the high 70s right here at 78,000. And since then we have a low and then we got a higher low and then this looks like a higher low. So that being said, that's the start of a trend. Whenever Jay, when you're trading, when something goes into a trend, for instance, let's just do a trend line right here. If this is a high, then this will be a lower high, and then a lower high, because that's the highest point at that zone that it was. And if this was a low, that would be a low, and this will be a lower low. So you're getting higher highs and lower lows. High and lower low, high and lower low creates a trend. Is that making sense? So what's happening is that either this trade is going to start turning around at the support level. Support being what, Jay? You remember that? What is support?
Or is the lowest?
Support is the floor you stand on,
Yeah.
and the resistance would be what?
I mean, the ceiling.
The ceiling, exactly. So that being said, this area right here has been touched. One had a fake out right here, which was that resistance, which when it came through, two, three, four, and now this looks like a fifth time. So to me, that's looking a lot like a support level, something that the price can stand on. Whenever price of any asset has to grow, it has to come down, touch something, and be able to stand on it. Once it finds out that it's stable, then it'll start moving back up in that upward trend. So it's not definite, but that's what I see. So I got some buy orders right here waiting, and then I'm gonna hold these buy orders probably all the way up to here, and you can see that with two standards, the profit is 44,000 for my account. So, but it's not going to happen overnight. I mean, you look at it. That was January. This was mid-January. For it to get all the way down here, it took to late February. So that's about a month, right? So that means that this is not going to happen overnight. This might happen over the next month or two before it gets there. But that's just the trade that I see. The next trade is going to be a gold trade that I'm looking into. This gold trade I'm looking at for the week. And the reason I'm looking at it is because here's the trend, all right? Okay. Now, gold had to find a support level, which was this zone right here. All right, let me do this easier. I don't like drawing lines because I don't want people to get stuck on, well, he said it was that price. When I say a support level, I mean it's a zone area. It don't have to go all the way down. All the price has to do is come into this area. Okay. So that being said, we got an engulfing candle right here. Engulfing candle means that it was a bullish candle right here, but this white candle is a bearish candle. And it was bigger than the candle before. So it engulfed the candle from for the prior week. This is a weekly chart right here. So we're talking about a whole week. So this week just started today. Well, actually, it starts in about 2 hours. So we should get an open price for this week. Now, either one, the price is going to come out and jump up just a little bit and come down, or it can jump over a little bit and start breaking this high right here and come higher. But there's two choices. So what I do now is I will go down to a lower time frame. And so remember we talked about last week. So last week was the 2nd through the 8th. So it's basically from right here to right here. So price opened right here and then and pretty much consolidated all week. So consolidation means that the price never, it's like snake in a pipe. It didn't make a decision whether it wanted to go bullish or bearish. It stayed sideways. So what happens is this comes into this area, bouncing around until it either decides to go back down or breaks out and goes back up. But we're going to have to see come Monday morning is when we're probably going to get a breakout either way. Either it's going to break down or it's going to break up, but it'll probably be Monday morning. All right. The next one is the pound JPY. Nope. Um, so I always start off at the big time frame. The reason I start off at the weekly time frame is because my strategy for trading is based on time. So what I want to see is what happened last week. My whole strategy is if the trend has already started, continue with that trend. So this week was bullish. The last week was bullish. So more than likely, we're going to get another bullish week. Remember when I talked in class about the anatomy of a candle? The candle has to, if it's going to be bullish, it has to come down first. And I'm gonna go over that real quick. Hold on a second. Um, Whiteboard. So if this is a candle, and let's pretend that's a bullish candle, meaning that the price goes with direction, up or down. Will
Down.
bullish.
Oh, up.
All right. If the price is going to go up and it has a wick at the top and the bottom, then it's going to open right here. And then it's got to find a low first. And then after it finds that low point, which is when it's at the bottom, what is that called? Support or resistance.
Support.
When it finds support and it stands on something, then we're going to get the price to start tricking its way up like this all week long until it finds a high. So if this next week that hasn't existed yet is going to be a bullish week, what does price have to do first?
Pull back.
Perfect. And when you go to the lower time frame, that means that price is going to start moving down first. And more than likely, it'll find that ultimate low right around New York session. New York session being 5:30 in the morning, our time, till about 7:30 is going to be the volume that's going to give you that lowest, that's going to be an entry time. That making sense, Jake?
Yeah.
All right. Now, it could happen London session in the middle of the night. I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. But it looks like to me when the Great British Pound wants to make a trip the furthest, like look at this bullish movement right here. Okay, that happened. This is London session. So it came back in London session, but at 7 o'clock in the morning, boom, when the volume kicked in. Here's London session again, coming down, and then here's New York session. Boom, shot up. Whenever this pair decides that it's want to do something, it normally does it in the New York session.
I was about to say, what about the next day? Because that thing just dumped.
Oh, right here, this was
Yeah,
NFP. The reason it did all that was NFP. The non-farm payroll, the news event,
yeah. Basically the news. Okay,
the news. News is going to
I
cause
got
high
you.
volatility and it's going to do something strange. All right, so but what you got to do is go whenever you're doing your research, you want to go to like a normal trading time and look to see when this market makes its biggest move. What time is it? So this right here, this says like 10 o'clock on the chart is midnight our time. But right here, this was 14. That's like 4 o'clock in the morning. This is New York session right here. Made this move. So here you got this bullish movement for 1, 2, 3 days. So your best bet to when it breaks the open right there, that's going to be right around New York session. Because right here, this was nothing but a pullback. And after New York session, when something is a pullback, that right here is a wick on a bigger time frame. It opened, it pulled down, and it came back the same place it left. Once you see that wick, that's your entry. Boom. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
All right.
When you find that wick, you looking for it on the weekly, right?
You would have looked for that on the daily. That would have showed you
I
a daily.
mean, yeah, not the weekly, but the daily to
Right,
see where
right.
it's going.
See where it's going to get
Yeah.
to get a good entry.
Okay.
So that's why I say here going forward on GJ that we're looking for a pullback, and then New York session we're probably looking for an entry during that New York session. So those are the three. And also, I've been trading AJ. Y'all been seeing me do that. Because AJ and GJ kind of run because the JPY. So we have a rejection area down here because ultimately we are in a bullish trend, right?
Mhm.
So the market had to pull back and breathe at a certain point for people to take profits. So this is the area, somewhere in this area down here. Let me make it clear. I'm looking for price to come down in this zone somewhere to find support and then push up further. All right. So when you see the trades come out for the signals, Jay in particular, uh, I just want to explain ahead of time why I'm saying what I'm saying. So when let's say when I send out a signal, and Will does this to me all the time, he's like, "Man, you called a buy, but I saw a sell." Is because yes, he's right. Or before the signal came out,
You
the
ain't
market
cool.
was uh-huh.
I said you ain't cool. Nah, I'm just messing with you. But I do that. Don't
And this
listen to me. Listen to Ish.
no, I mean because he's right because the trend when he's looking at the market, he's like, "It's hard you call a buy," and the market's been coming down because he's right. It's been coming down because I'm trying to find the ultimate low. All right, so don't think when you look at the market and I put the signal out, you're gonna be like, "I don't know what he's looking at, but oh well, I'll just take it." You got to kind of trust what I'm saying. So I remember what I'm saying now that the market has to pull back in order to pull up. And if it's going to come down, it's got to pull up before it comes down. Is that making sense? All right. Um, anything else? Oh, I know Jay, you just got started. So um but Will Jay is in his first, like I think this may be his first starting week. I think we started him on like last Sunday or something like that.
Okay.
So
Welcome, Jay.
do we have anything in terms of education wise that I need to go over with you that help you understand some other stuff? Jay,
And,
When you're buying, like, how do you control is it the pip amount? Is that what the term is?
how do I control it? You talking about lot sizes?
The lot size, yeah. I just been doing the default one.
Right. So right here, if you're on your computer, the way you change the lot sizes is right here in the middle. And if you're on the order form, it's always the volume.
Okay.
If you're on your phone, it'll be in the middle of the prices.
Okay.
All right. And be very, very vigilant. Like I put out something on the Discord. Hold on. So I put some on the Discord about that very thing. Educational material. So on the Discord, if you go into the educational material, I explain the bearish and bullish candles. I explain the open and the close and the high and low and all that right there. But you talked about lot size. So here's the graph I made a long time ago. Actually, I made this probably 2 years ago. If your balance is $100, this should be your lot size, and this is how many pips you want to make, and this will be your daily goal for a weekly paycheck of $32. Now, $32 on $100 account is 32%. That's a lot of money.
Definitely.
So when people come and they say, "Hey, I have a small lot, I have a small account size," I'm gonna say, "Okay, well, we only want to get probably 10, 20% on your account. Well, here's something right here telling you exactly what to do, but you cannot be greedy and go over that. If you make 40 pips and your lot size is 0.02, shut your computer down. See you next week. Because if you can make 32% of your money every week, that's a lot of money. $1,000 is $320. Okay, so you can use this chart right here to understand your lot sizes. So whatever your account is, right here, $500, zero point 0.7 lot size, you can do 4 trades, 80 pips. Daily goal is going to be $56. That's pretty easy to hit. $224. You see what I mean? That's almost 50% on your money. So it spells it all out for you. You can go through this chart at a later time when you guys feel like it.
I was
Um,
going through it when you first sent it out, to be honest.
yeah, it helps a lot. There
Hmm.
was another chart I put out, Jay, that'll help a lot. This is a trade plan.
Gotta
Um,
have that.
although you can print this out on your phone, I mean on a piece of paper, or you can use your notebook for when you journal and just write these things down. What my account size is, and I do a 4 week thing for a month, and just write your goals down. And you just write them down. And the reason you do that is to remind you when you in the heat of trading to not be greedy, to help with your psychology. Because I really want you to think this stuff through. You know what I mean? Go into the market with intention and say, I need to make this amount of money today. This is when I entered the trade. This was my lot size. This is when I want to get out. You know, go into the market with intention so that you're creating good habits. You create them good habits later on, it's going to be easy. All right. The next thing is all right, stop. This was another chart, pretty much the same as the other one, but uh, oh, I didn't put it in there. I think I deleted it. Okay. Yeah, I think I took it out. Um, but use that stuff. When you go into the market, I want you to be intentional. I want you to have a profit target for the day and for the week. Because again, if you learn to do this ahead of time, I still do this, but I do it unconsciously. I do it. I mean, what they call it? Not unconscious. Yeah, I do it unconsciously because I know what I want to hit for the day and the week and the month. And once I hit that, I'm done. I try to turn the computer off and be done. Um, but that's pretty much it, guys. Is there anything else, you got?
Uh, nah, I really ain't got too much. I've been sitting there. I just gotta download some more stuff on MetaTrader 5, like some more pairs. Um, I was gonna ask was but I see it's on there. I just seen your peers that's on there. I was trying to look for some cryptocurrencies to trade,
Oh, okay.
and I see Dodge is on there, and Bitcoin is on there, and Ethereum is on there. But I
Yeah.
was gonna ask you, did our broker let us trade? But I see it is, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna sit there and download it on, cause I got the what you call them. I got that CoinNet live, but I don't have a CoinNet demo.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So
Definitely
when
get
I'm
you a
trading
demo
on my
account.
demo, so like when I'm trading on my demo, I was trying to find some cryptocurrency on the demo, but it's straight through MetaTrader, so it won't let it. There's no cryptocurrencies on there.
Right. 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 Right.
So I gotta change that. But I'm like, man, I've been profitable, man. I've been going crazy with my demo. So I'll be sending blues. That's kind of like, you feel me? It's motivation right there. Now I gotta
Right.
start
Right.
over. So I'm like, all right, it's cool. So I was gonna hit you about that. And then what else was I gonna hit you with? We already went over anything else where I was talking about just learning fair value gaps and some finding supply and demand. But yeah, I think that was really it. I knew I was gonna start. I knew what I was gonna do was to start marking up some stuff and sending it to you to just see what you think.
Yeah. Yeah. Do that. Do that.
That's kind of like where I'm at now. It's like marking my charts and getting better at marking charts and finding the price action. Start finding where to get in, where to get out. Different time frames. I'm starting to understand the time frames a lot more now.
Hmm.
Because it's like the more that I see it, the more that I keep doing it and drawing out everything is
More
becoming
relevant to
easier.
you, man.
Yeah,
One of the things that I'm going to cover in the course is those time frame breakdowns. Like a lot of people get caught up in it because they don't understand what
yeah,
they're looking for in the time frames.
that's definitely something ish. I ain't gonna lie. That was like the hardest part for me, man. Like it was because when you look at certain time frames, right? Like I didn't trip like about being in the candle. Like, all right, the 230 minutes is equal out to 1 hour. You know what I mean? Or
Hmm.
the
Hmm.
15 minute, four of them equal up to an hour, eight of them equal up to, you know what I mean, to the 4 hours. But my whole thing was once you understand like being inside the candlestick, it's gonna get you a long way. And that's kind of like where I'm at with it. You know what I mean? Like, cause when you'll get on a 1 hour, it look like it's going one way. You'll get on a 4 hour, it look like it's going a whole nother way. Then you get on a 15 minute, then a 30 minute, you looking like, man, what? I'm lost. What the fuck is what?
Right.
I don't
Yeah.
know. Then that's
And now
why
you understand you in
that's
the candle.
yeah, you gotta
Yeah.
understand it.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So that's where I'm at as far as where like, all right, I'm understanding like the 230 minutes is just one candle. You know what I mean? That's what's going on in this one candle. You know what
Yes.
I mean?
Yes. Perfect. That's
Yeah,
great.
but I know this though for sure too. People gotta like they gotta look at the market. Just sometimes you ain't even gotta take a trade. Just look at the market and just
Yep.
draw like some stuff out to see like, hey man, I'm gonna get in like just draw a line. You know what I mean? Just your regular little line, a trend line,
And see
or
if
you
it
know what I mean,
work
a
out. Just
horizontal
like
line.
what else I
Just
think
say,
so.
hey, look, I say I'm gonna get in right here and get out right here, and then that's that. Because that's what
Yeah.
I've been doing with the demo. But I just been going in on the demo because not like going in, but like I'm actually putting in trades on the demo,
Hmm.
and I'm
Hmm.
actually trading the demo like if I was trading my real account. You know what I
There you
mean?
go.
But that's how I've been sitting there catching all them pips and doing the shit. Now it's like, when you get on the line, you're like, oh, hold on. Now you got to you tricking yourself. So you
Yeah,
got to
yeah,
get
yeah.
back.
You
You
gotta
know what I
be
mean?
good. Yeah, the demo account kind of tricks you into believing because your whole psychology changed when you know it's real money.
Yeah,
Then you let your demo account drop down to
yeah.
negative
You don't care.
whatever.
It
You
ain't,
don't
and it's
care.
paper.
But when it's your real money, you're like, hey, there's too much of my
Yeah.
balance.
Hey.
And you find yourself not caring about your entries as much and not caring about how much of a drawdown you take in. So two things are really good elements. You gotta get better with those entries, and that'll control your drawdowns. And
Yeah.
then if you can get those entries, that's why that timing is everything. When I'm telling you
Timing and the
7 minutes after the hour, 21 minutes into the middle of the hour, 37 minutes after that, or 7 minutes after that 30-minute candle come out. Like that, them minutes matter.
Now, remember I told you when I got in that gold trade, and I was like, man, 6:30. I said, all right, I'm gonna sit there and wait for the pullback. And at 6:37, no, I went in already. I wind up going in on the demo at like 5:40, 5 something before I got to work. I was in the
Hmm.
parking lot. As soon as I signed out, I was up like $60, $50. And then I looked back, and then my boy was like, "Man, you should get out." I'm like, "Man, nah, it ain't going to my. It ain't even near my TP yet." And then
Right.
come to find out, it was like 6:30, and he like, man, then it dropped from like that to like 20 something bucks. Man, I sat there and thought of you. Like, hold on, man, that six, that six,
That's it. That 30-minute candle just came
that
out.
6:30. I said, man, that's 6:30. I said, man, I'm about to wait 7 minutes. 6:40. Man, that pullback was so mean. That mother, and then it took
And
off.
then jetted
It
off.
ran. Man,
Yeah,
I made
yeah.
I listened. That motherfucker dropped at least like 200 and something pips. I said, yeah, I'm out of here. I took mine and gone.
Yep,
Made my little
yeah.
198 out of there.
And had you pulled out when you saw that little drawdown, you'd have
Yep.
been so mad at yourself by not thinking about
Hmm.
that pullback at that mid hour.
That's why I tell you now, when I go in on the trade, if it ain't my stop loss, I don't even care. Like it's just what it is. Because now I understand that now. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right, 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 right.
Yeah, I trust me. I know about that like you say, not know, I don't know all that, but I'm learning that. But like you say, them time frames and that time you get in is and time you get out, that's the
That's
main thing of trading, time.
right, right time.
So
Okay, bro. Well, if that's it for me today, if y'all don't have anything else, just look for the signals to come through. Jay, I don't want you to depend on the signals to come through, but I know you're beginning. So, but it's just to help you get going. Don't count on me sending out signals every day because I don't send out signals every day. But yeah, those lot sizes and stuff. But I just don't want you to get in the habit of like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna wait for his signals to come out, and then I'll just place those trades. I mean, Will has put in a lot of work over the last year or so, looking at the charts and everything, and and that's what it takes. Sometimes it's going to take you just staring at the dang computer. I mean, if you're sitting there watching TV, just put the computer down next to you and look at it. Like he said, I mean, you couldn't hear his part, but he was saying, just look at it. Literally, just look at it, and it's going to start talking to you. Eventually, it's going to start showing you things like a map. And
like
then
the
I
stuff you're
was looking
learning,
at it every 30 minutes.
you say what?
I said I was looking at it every 30 minutes to an hour. I did too often. I
Yeah.
was trading more than I should have been trading.
Yeah, don't let it tempt you to make trades you're not supposed to make either, but sometimes you gotta sit on your hands.
don't do that.
Yeah, but just watch it and everything will start making sense over time though. But okay, fellas, man, I'll see y'all during the week. Um,
I know I'm gonna write some more stuff down, and you know me, I hit you.
okay, bro. Bye.
All right, y'all.